Today we're going to be using various selection tools to create a PNG cutout of our portrait. We're going to be extracting ourselves from this gray backdrop. What's the first thing? Well, we're going to open up our image in Photoshop, and what I would recommend you do then is zoom in a little bit because we're definitely going to want to get all the details. I'm going to start off by selecting the Elliptical Marquee, and I notice that Add to Selection is highlighted. That's really crucial. And I'm going to make a selection, and then I'm going to hold spacebar, and while I'm still holding down on the left mouse button, I'm going to shift over this selection. That looks great. And so I've sort of gotten this left side of her head. And I'm going to go again and I'm going to sort of make a selection. It's not perfect and that's okay. I'm going to hold the space bar. I'm going to shift it over. And I'm going to keep going like this. And you'll notice that I'm sort of just carving away at this image. This looks great. You're going to do this quite a bit. You're going to zoom in. I would recommend maybe you want to switch to the Polygon Lasso, making sure that, of course, the Add to selection is highlighted, unless you want to sort of carve away at something, and then you can have the subtraction selection highlighted. A few other things. I noticed that in this specific example, we're not getting all of the strands of her hair. That's okay. I'm actually going to teach you more precise methods of extracting. Although that's not possible on this dark background, we're going to actually need greater contrast, and I'll explain that a little bit more in the future. Alright, so I'm going to zoom out. You guys are going to create really nice selections. I'm going to wrap this up with the magnetic lasso. Alright, great. Let's pretend this is amazing. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to copy this. We're going to press Command C, we're going to go to File, New, we're going to press Command V. We're going to look at it one extra time. If it seems like there's some areas that can be cleaned up a little bit, what we can do is press E for the eraser tool. And what I'm going to do now is right click. I'm going to make sure the hardness is up to like at least 90% or above, and I'm going to increase the diameter of this brush. And then what I'm doing is I'm using the eraser tool just to clean this up a little bit. In the future, I promise you, we're going to do sort of more refined ways of clearing up these edges. And I'm not liking the way that this looks, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch to the Polygon Lasso. And we'll go like this. I'm going to press delete. Beautiful. So if we're happy with this, we're going to then click the little lock. We're going to unlock the layer, drag it to the garbage can. And then we're almost done. We're going to save this as first name, last name as a PNG file. So we're going to go to Save As. We're going to save it as Christina, last name, and instead of a PSD, we're going to save it as a PNG. You're going to submit it. And then we're going to be using these PNG portraits for the rest of the year. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to seeing